Hello, and welcome to episode 115 of Prog Review. Welcome back, my friends, to the show that never seems to want to end. And with that heavy clue, I'm talking about Tarkus by Emerson, Lake and Palmer, that fine collective of solicitors. We spoke about the debut in the previous Prog Review. If you haven't watched that, click back. And this is the 1971 album, their second studio album. A bit of a different feel to it, whereas what I've noticed is there is quite a difference between this and the debut, but I'll talk about that in a minute. Let's talk about this. This is the Deluxe 2012 edition. There's 3 CDs. The first disc has the original album. Second disc has a remixed edition with some extra bonus tracks and alternate takes made by, put together by, remixed by even. Oh, Darren, your language is all over the place tonight. I must focus. Remixed by Stephen Wilson, the man to go to in prog circles when you want things rejiggered. And the third disc is a DVD audio which features 5.1 remixes and high res, that's what they call them, stereo mixes of the album. So we'll do the album. We'll do the album first, shall we? As if I'd never heard it before. For me, this album, 1971, good year, 1971, good vintage. All the best things were born in 1971. But yeah, this one is probably my favourite Emerson, Lake and Palmer album, so we'll get that out of the way. It's more traditional. In fact, it has like a one big story song on the first side and some shorter songs on the B side, if it were an album. First came to this on vinyl back in the day when I was about 17 or 18 and thought it was jolly good fun, and again, still enjoy it. Again, the story of Tarkus is one of ridiculous extremes. It's about a giant hedgehog. No, it's not a hedgehog, Darren. It's an armadillo. Of course it is. That goes around killing things before being killed by the Manticore and then schlepping off even into the sea as Aquatarkus. I don't know what it means. It's good fun though, and it wastes 20 odd minutes, so and then on the B side you've got some like regular songs, Jeremy Bender, Bitches Crystal, The Only Way, which they call is a hymn, Infinite Space, Time and a Place, and Are You Ready, Eddie, which is a great bit of fun. Extolling the virtues of the now legendary prog rock producer Eddie Offord, who made his name or cut his teeth even with Yes, and so he helped with this recording, and so they made a song about him, Ham or Cheese. I've got fond memories of the original album. It doesn't offend me as much as some of their other material. That's the way I can put it. So I was quite looking forward to this this deluxe edition. Again, the deluxe edition follows the previous album. You get the 3 discs. You get a booklet with a lovely essay by Chris Welch. Talks about the time, the making of, the artwork's all been restored. It's a nice package. Nothing's been in. No corners have been cut. With regards to the new mixes, they sound okay. It's there's nothing gonna make you throw your toys out the pram. Stephen Wilson does his usual sensitive job with the stereo mixes, but where the album really kind of reveals itself is on the surround sound audio, and I was really looking forward to this. But then when I heard it, I think it's kind of changed my attitude to the album. Now, Emerson, Lake and Palmer was very much a studio, very much almost like a live performance captured in the studio. You get the feeling of that there's this energy, that these things were done in like one take with the band playing together, or and it even says so in the little essay. Whereas this Whereas Tarkus and the subsequent songs on this are very much a product of the studio, and you can hear the overdubs. And this is what the veil was lifted from my eyes with Tarkus, but because the way the album's been mixed in 5.1, I mean, the surround sound's very good, but you can hear all the edits. And I mean, that's not Stephen Wilson's fault. He's using, you know, the material that was given to him, but you can hear exactly, you know, where the cuts were made, and some of the keyboard that Emerson did was edited really tight, and so it just kind of jumps in and then jumps out. There's no natural kind of fade out on it. Again, it's a there's no background noise, so it just goes duh and duh, and you can hear the edit really sharply. And it's the same with most of the music on Tarkus. It's really, I don't know, chopped about. That's what you notice. You notice it's really, you know, cut and paste kind of stuff. That's not a bad thing, but whoever put the album together, or whoever, you know, was responsible for production back in the day, I think it was Greg Lake, didn't do a very good job of it, because, you know, all the gaps are noticeable, all the joins, all the seams are very noticeable in the 5.1 mix. You don't necessarily notice them in stereo because of the way all the sounds are layered on top of each other, but here it's quite revealing. You know, it's a good surround sound mix. You know, Stephen Wilson does his usual fine job. Blah blah blah. I'm repeating myself, and it's good to hear, you know, the record in that. You know, I think the 5.1 really does give it an extra dimension. But yeah, it was a bit jarring noticing, you know, how it was all put together. Moving on to the B side. Well, it wasn't a B side, but let's talk about the other songs. You know, Jeremy Bender. You know, interesting mix. The way they put Greg Lake's vocals kind of in the middle of it sounds quite loud compared to Tarkus, but he's kind of floating above your head. And you know, I do like the way that they've spread the instruments around. Bitches Crystal is all right. I was never a big fan of it in the day. Only Way, yeah, you've got the big, you know, pipe organ sound, very big sound on it, and yeah, you know, again, the 5.1 puts you right in the middle of it. And that goes on with Infinite Space, because they're like two tracks joined together. Time and a Place, I mean, yeah, it's loud, it's punchy, it's all right. And Are You Ready, Eddie? Suitably fun ending. But what you do get on this is you get a bonus track called Oh My Father. Oops, just bang my microphone, and I hope I didn't burst anyone's eardrums. But yeah, you get this ballad by Greg Lake called Oh My Father, and obviously maybe it was meant for the record, I don't know, but it was, yeah, it's kind of tacked on the end, and it's a nice little song. I mean, it's very sad, and especially what I'm going through at the moment makes me feel a bit maudlin, a bit sad, because it's all about the guy standing over his father's grave and lamenting, you know, what has happened and the differences between them, and blah 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 blah. So yeah, but the only problem is I can see why they never included it, because it sounds like Jimi Hendrix. It really does sound like Jimi Hendrix. Is Hey Jude, you know, Hey Jude, Hey Jude, Hey Joe. Oh fuck me, I'll have to edit that out. Yeah, the interesting thing about this is it sounds like Hey Joe by Jimi Hendrix, so that's probably why it didn't make the album. But it's a nice little song, and it's interesting. There's quite guitar. There's a lot of quite guitar heavy on it. It's quite a lot of guitar features. So again, that's quite different for ELP. Again, the high res stereo mixes sound good. Again, you don't notice all the edits in those. Overall, it's a really good package. And the like I say, if you're a real fan of the album and you want to hear the 5.1, mix, it will open your ears and eyes. You will go, oh, that's how they put it together. You know, it's quite interesting in that. You know, interested in that aspect is you do hear how Greg Lake kind of cut and pasted it together. So on to the rating, because time is of the essence, and I don't want to bore you stupid. The original album, because we're going to do the original album then the reissue, because that's how we're going to do it. I'm going to give this 4 4 bitches crystals out of 5. That's 4 bitches crystals out of 5. Again, I still think it's probably the best Emerson, Lake and Palmer album, more representative of their stuff. Still a little bit noodly in places, but like I said, I don't find it offensive. With this new deluxe package, I mean, again, it is the ultimate version you're going to get. Again, these surround sound mixes are really good, and they're quite a departure from the surround sound mix that was done for Brain Salad Surgery, the deluxe edition of that, which was out a few years back on SACD. It's a shame that Wilson doesn't get the chance to get his hands on that album again, but you never know. It'd be good to hear the rest of the albums done like this, especially if you're into like the studio tricks that they employ. So I mean, I got this for £9, like the other album, £9. Good value for all that material. I'm going to give this 5 Manticores out of 5. Yeah, that seems good. Yeah, I think that's a fair summation of the album. So yeah, that's it. My name's been Darren Ock. I've been talking about Tarkus by Emerson, Lake and Palmer, and you've been balls. I've missed me 12 minutes again. So yes, my name's been Darren Locke, and I've been talking about Tarkus by Emerson, Lake and Palmer. You've been a lovely, patient audience as usual. Remember to thumbs up or thumbs down, and if you thumbs up or thumbs down, please leave a comment as to why you like this album or dislike my review or like my review or whatever. Let's get some interaction going. It's a bit quiet out there. Maybe it's because it's summer and everyone's playing football or something. I don't know. But remember, you've got all the social media. You can tickle my Twitter, you can sit on my Facebook, and you can play with my Google Plus, because I still don't know what that thing is. That's it. Only one more thing to say. Are you ready? Prog on.